Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and hot rodders of all ages. Here we are back on the tribute tee. As you can see, it's pink. Yeah, it's not going to stay pink for very long. This is a 2K high build primer. So the good thing about this is when you sand it, it's gray. So let's talk about this 2K high build primer. It came from, let me get the name straight, Sherwin-Williams Paint. Now, if you don't know Sherwin-Williams, they do a lot of paint. They are the mother company for a lot of the big companies. So I'm not a painter. I don't claim to be a painter, but there's all kinds of cool information on the web about it. And, that's all I'm going to say about that. We did paint everything so that the base color is the same. And with that said, once we go ahead and sand it, everything's going to be gray. So this is the nice thing about this primer is it sprays on pink, so you know where it's at. It smells like a spray on Bondo because, hey, let's face it, that's what it is. So as you can see, we've got the body all done in it. Once again, when you sand this, it is turns a gray color, and it kind of uses a glide coat. You can see what the highs and what the lows are. And this body was really straight out of the mold, so it didn't take a whole lot. That's why I opted just to do this. So as you can see, we did every inch of this body except for the inside. That is going to be sprayed with a bed liner, a tenable bed liner. We're going to go ahead and shoot the side of the inside with a gray color to match the body. It is the same color as the paint, and it's going to have black floors, and then underneath the body is going to be black also. So as you can see, we've got it all painted pink. I'm not going to bore you with the sanding of it because, hey, everybody can sand on and sand off. You get the gist of that. Use long boards, good straight edges on that, and check it from all different angles. So with that being said, I'm going to fast forward through this part of the video, and we're going to get to the next part where we spray the bed liner for the underside, the floors, and the interior walls on that. So as you can see, we've got everything sanded right here. Now we're going to go to the bed liner. Use that Dominator, once again from Sherwin-Williams. It's a two-part. Comes in a little quart can, so you get a gallon at a time. You mix the activator in there. You put your color in there. You go ahead and shake it up really good, and then you go ahead and spray it on there. Now this is just like paint. You just got to take your time on it. Always remember wear your proper PPE. You can see I wet the floor down there just to get everything from sticking. Got my high dollar paint booth in there, and it's just back and forth. Make sure you get good coverage, get all the nooks and crannies, and you got a really nice finish on that. It's perfect for the underside of these. It makes a really nice undercoating. I've used this stuff, quite a few times. I would recommend it for any home builder on the underside of a vehicle. So it works well. I've done it in 4-wheel drives for the wheel wells and such. Rock sliders, I've painted them with that. It's pretty durable. It's not bulletproof, of course. Nothing is, but it works out really good for home use. So as you can see, I got the whole underside painted black now. I will show you a close-up of this a little bit later, so it is a textured on there. But once again, make sure you get all the nooks and crannies. Take your time at it. You can see we've got the walls on the inside of the tub all covered with paper and tape, because this is going to be a two-tone on the inside. Give it a good shake as you're running it. Keep everything stirred up in there. So one thing on this, you do want to prep it like you are getting ready to paint. You want to sand it, rough the material up so it's got a tooth to grab onto and everything. Other than that, like I said earlier, it's just like painting. So take your time at it. Do a couple little practice spots on it. Get the texture just right that you like, and it'll turn out really nice. So as you can see, here we are. We got the final product. We got the walls done. You can see so now we have it all taped off, and we go ahead and just start painting on this. Now, once again, this is a Sherwin-Williams brand paint, single stage. There's no clear that goes over top of this. So it's not a perfect paint job by far, but it's pretty nice looking paint job. Got quite a few compliments on it. I'm pretty proud of it. So, it just shows you can do this at home. I've got this high dollar paint booth set up. You know, big thing is when you're painting, the proper PPE, follow the instructions. There's a lot of YouTube videos on this. You know, go to your local hot rod shop, talk to the painters, you know, and you can see the finished product here. Got the inside all untaped and everything, and you know, it looks pretty nice. That's straight out of the gun right there. Now we got it set back up onto the chassis. I went ahead and started hooking the steering up. Fast forward a lot of this because we've all seen this before in previous videos. We're just final assembly on this. So since we do have a final assembly, you notice I don't have any shoes on because there's not a lot of room in that cab, and I don't want to take a chance on scratching anything. So if you like what you see here, go ahead and tell your friends, hit that subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. You know, the most important thing is to be kind to everybody, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.